Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Salem by Night Chronicle. I'm the Ravenous Archon. My name is one of your storyteller this evening, and last we left off with our Anarch coterie. We opened up with Melvin's conversation with Grant Reynolds as they arrived at the Vagabond, where they were going to meet Erickson and Andreas as they were pulled from their interaction that they were about to have with some werewolves. But they got a conversation between the two of them. They got to see John Coulson along with Primogen Thompson, asking them to kindly fuck off so that they're not implicated in any situations involving a Sabbat Templar in their city. Melvin did his best not to mention any kind of Diablerie that Grant Reynolds shared with him. But he did reveal that he does have access to blood sorcery now. So that's a thing. They turned down John Coulson's offer for a ride and walk the streets with Grant Reynolds, where he shared with them what he wanted to ask, which is a favor. Knowing what he knows about the coterie and what he's presumably found out about Melvin, he asked them to bridge the gap, as it were, to create an opportunity for him to get to the Ventrue Primogen, since that was the last real bastion of defense that Prince Hyde had in the city, since he understood that Primogen Garter was already spoken for as far as Melvin was concerned, and he would not deem himself that kind of ungentlemanlike behavior to try and steal a kill from somebody else who rightfully has earned it. But they discussed the situation among themselves after Grant Reynolds left, and brought up the fact that Erickson does have a couple of boons with Anastasia Richards that they could use to kind of open up the opportunity for themselves. They walked around for a bit, but they did learn that the bishop did not know about any decisions going on to use Melvin's daughter against him. They asked for their address as far as the completion was concerned. He gave them a business card before leaving for one of his ghouls who works at one of the city law firms, and told them to mention it as information about the Conflict Colorado file. And then before leaving, he gave them a little bit of information as far as telling them to check out the Heritage Center as far as the city is concerned. And when they looked around, they noticed that they had been led back to where they had left their car. They decided to swing by the city bus stop to pick up the information that Mickey Blue Eyes had left for Erickson. And on the way, Melvin shared with them the fate of Beatrice Gravel, how Grant Reynolds had diablerized her to learn blood sorcery. And when they decided to kind of head out and check the lead that they just got, and ended up showing up at the Heritage Center to see a face they hadn't seen in a while. Antoine Malcolm Davies was in a heated discussion with somebody that they couldn't see because of the angle of their approach, but quickly ushered them away as he noticed the car driving up towards the Heritage Center itself. Erickson broke the door off its hinges as very carefully as he could to not create a ruckus, since he did have a little bit of a slip with his beast. But they got to see Davies in the Pioneers of the West wing of the center, claimed that he'd been discussing something with a member of his herd, and that all he was doing there was kind of feeding for the evening, and that, things weren't any of their concern. But they learned that he had Melvin and his coterie. He had heard that Melvin and his coterie were not part of the tower anymore, and he feigned some concern for himself at that. But they also learned that Hyde had given Davies domain over this part of the city. After a couple of rounds of verbal sparring, they brought up the new Sangria Club that had taken over his jazz club, which got a little bit of a reaction from him, if brief. But they ended up shooting over to Gunther's storage, where they were met by Manny Garza, who took them upstairs. They passed on the information about the Heritage Center to him and Otis. And they noticed that John Coulson was still not back from his outing, where they saw him early in the evening at the Vagabond. But as they were relaying the information that they learned to Otis, they heard him put on Coltrane's Stardust album as they chatted. And he let them know that he had prepared Ivory Larson for his appearance at the Elysium event. And then Melvin told him about his meeting with Grant Reynolds, and if that's how they learned about the Heritage, and that's how they learned about the Heritage Center, so that he didn't have the appearance of hiding something from Otis. And then there was a little bit of a questioning back and forth. Otis asked him about Eleanor Fulton. They revealed that she had introduced herself to him, and that she had come with Marcus Bradley. Otis passed on that the two paths that may be available to Melvin's daughter moving forward are as a mercy, death, or letting her commit Diablerie so that she can become a full-fledged kindred, since that's really the only two options that Thin Bloods have moving forward. But as John Coulson arrived, he handed him a note, having written it in the conversation about trying to find situations and information. But it was revealed that Antoine Malcolm Davies, is a Nodist. He is a member of a cult that believes Cain wrote a book of guidelines for all of his children called the Book of Nod. The group confirmed that there is a presence of a cult in the city, but it wasn't confirmed one way or the other if this was a Nodist group. Manny also revealed that he's still working on finding out what happened to Elizabeth Barrister, but Otis did give Melvin a small piece of information in the form of two notes. One that said, there was a telegram that said London has fallen, Inquisition prevailed, and the last sentence read that the gangrel is safe. And the other one was a caricature drawing of Tulip and Teddy. We left off with the group leaving and jumping to Friday, the 28th of December, as we prepare for our big New Year's Eve Elysium event. But before we get to Friday, there is a situation of somebody asking for a favor, and that favor being delivered. In the time between the last session and Friday the 28th, you've called in your boons, you've set up a trap, and you have delivered Anastasia Richards onto Grant Reynolds. You arrive at one of the streets that you told them that she might be at, given that there was only so many avenues to arrive at the designated space. And as you arrive, you will see him kind of in the middle of feeding, and he looks like he is struggling, like his hands are gripping against her body in a way that it would almost look like he is trying to hold on to dear life. And as your car comes to a stop and your headlights kind of fall on the two of them, there's a moment where he opens his eyes and the body crumbles, turning to dust in front of you. And there is this scream, this primordial angst that Erickson knows all too well as a scream of failure. Clearly, the Diablerie did not take. And he goes over.
Reverse, he's pissed.
He goes over and he flips a car. He grabs at a light post and literally breaks it off and just chucks it down the street like a javelin. And when
that looks familiar.
When he looks at the car and he sees the three of your faces, you see him stop. And for a moment, all your beasts recoil. But then you feel and you see him kind of take a deep breath, even though he doesn't need to, and just try to compose himself. Brings up his bloodied hands. He brings up his tie. Runs his fingers through his hair to kind of try to slick it back, and just
succeeding in
pulls.
making the mess worse.
Yeah, he just pulls on the lapels of his jacket as he brings it forward, and he starts to just step up to your car, and then he tries to wipe his mouth of the blood, and every time he does, he just spreads this vitae across his face.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I apologize for the scene that I just made. Things didn't go according to plan, as it were. How was your night, though? I take it that you didn't get to meet with the Primogen as was anticipated? And there's a big smile on his face.
Given that the amount of times that this has been happening to us and how I always run up with, I'm usually out of the three, the one that's covered in blood, usually my blood, but sometimes, so I have towels now in this car.
Oh.
And I go ahead and I hand him over a towel and I go, and I look over at him, I go, I don't know if our night was as well as yours, but
we were ever so concerned.
And we ran into a terrible delay, and we're unable to meet with the Primogen.
I know.
How unfortunate. And he goes over, scoops up some snow in his face, and just rubs it across his face, and then rubs himself with the towel. I appreciate this. It's better, but there's still spots of blood, streaks here and there.
I mean,
he did a Tennessee bird bath. I mean,
I got it.
Not that he cares about
the rest
appearances.
of the face. You're like, it's fine.
But he goes,
He's my special guy. You're my special guy.
As promised, Mr. Wright and guests, I assume that you went looking at the Heritage Center as I offered. One of the first things that I did when I learned the manipulation of blood in a sorcerous manner from Mr. Stanton is I went looking for people. You see, I wanted to test the limits of my newfound abilities and these rituals that had been passed on to me. I'll have you know that one of the people I went looking for was Prince Hyde. And lo and behold, I was led to that Heritage Center where I managed to send you. So I don't know if that's where he's holding up, but that's where it led me that time.
We ran into Antoine Malcolm Davies there.
Yeah.
A cog in the machine, I see.
Yeah.
I will have you know, though, one of the other people I went looking for, and I was surprised to find a trail for, was Geraldine Birmingham. Unfortunately, it led me across the river, and I'm frightful of what's happening on that side, given the whole debacle of this Praxis war. And again, he smiles.
So, she's still alive?
In a sense, I don't know the limits of the power. She might, I don't know if a staked vampire would count towards my abilities or not. But that's as far as I went when the trail took me to the bridge.
And I guess he told us a specific bridge that it was the cross.
There's the only bridge that leads across
the only bridge. Okay, perfect.
West Salem.
Okay, got it. Like, interesting, Mr. Reynolds.
And I look over at you guys like, I wonder who else is in West Salem.
Well, all of the Camarilla.
Yeah.
And I will let you know, since we are close friends, Mr. Wright, that I have unfortunately seen your daughter in the company of Mr. Bates as of late. He might be a bit of a a bad influence on her, if I was to be honest with you.
She's still quite concerning to me. She doesn't have control.
I understand. He is not the
Where did
kind
you
of
see them?
person that I would allow to teach control, as it were.
Where did you see them?
Up in Kaiser, I don't get out too much, but when I do, I like to check in on some of the goings on in the bishop's territory.
Let me guess. I bet your information just happens to lead you around. Anywhere that Bates is. I imagine you're also going to be seeing Mr. Bauer with him.
That name is not familiar to me. As far as I have paid attention, the only names that really come up when Mr. Bates is concerned is Mr. Marlowe and Mr. White.
And what about the Devil's Disciples?
Well, I try not to get involved with them. That's Gustav's whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Warner are the ones that deal with them.
Aren't you looking for Warner?
I have been put on a tight leash when he is concerned.
Why is that?
I don't tend to question the orders that come from the bishop or the archbishop themselves.
Yeah. I see. You just brought up the bishop. I remember the last conversation we had with you was that we may be able to meet the bishop before this all comes to a head, so to speak.
I don't know if before will be accessible. I know that he wants to make a big thing of showing up to the Elysium event. He wants to savor everybody's faces.
Among other things, I imagine.
Among other things, yeah.
I'm just me being curious. What would it take to possibly have an audience with this bishop before Elysium?
Ooh, I could put in a word, let him know that you helped with bringing this whole situation to fruition.
But like I'm pondering because there's whether or not I mean I would imagine that my coterie here would love to have some kind of not necessarily a layout of details, but at least know what we're gonna expect come the bishop on Elysium.
I mean, I expect that it's going to be a shit show. I expect that I'm going to savor every moment of Hyde's face when whoever this prince is, this bishop is that walks in.
Oh, I can tell you that Hyde is not the primary target of the bishop's elation. It's Otis.
Oh, then.
Really?
I start smiling from ear to ear. I really can't hold it because now, there is something that I would love to tell you, but it's probably going to be happening during the Elysium, and I would hope that when I'm able to give you that information, Mr. Reynolds, that I think you and me will become fast friends.
Oh, well, I was under the impression that given that you have not tried to kill me or turn me into the Camarilla, that we are close friends. Mr. Wood? Or do you prefer Mr. Wood or do you prefer Senator? Because I don't want to diminish your titles, sir. And I thank you for your
I
service.
say it under my breath. State senator. But
yeah, he didn't make it to the big show.
No, I didn't make it to the big show. However, actually, you know what? The fact that he says that and he doesn't say state senator, it makes me feel a little bit better. Like he's fluffing my feathers. I go, it's no, I'm not saying that we're not friends. Of course, we are cordial, and of course, the fact that I am still standing here unalive, as it were, in your presence also helps. The fact that cements that we have a friendship. But I have a feeling that come Elysium, I would be able to provide you information that I think that you've been looking for, that you probably have not thought about.
I'm excited all the more for this event.
Mr. Reynolds, given that it's probably a far-fetched idea that we're going to be able to meet the bishop, given the information you just gave me about Mr. Bates and my daughter, would there be at least a willingness of the bishop to allow us passage through Kaiser for business purposes?
Where you headed?
Wherever Bates is.
Oh.
Or wherever those pieces of shit that are still on my list that were on that video are located.
That also works.
I would be remiss, Mr. Wright, if I did not at this point reveal to you that those three, and I use the term loosely, gentlemen, have been put under my supervision as far as a pack is concerned.
I hope this doesn't put a damper on our relationship.
Oh, it doesn't, as long as no harm comes to them.
Define harm.
And you see me like, I don't know if I actually crack my neck, but you see me crack my neck.
Okay.
Like, Mr. Reynolds, we've been very cordial, and
we have.
I do, I do understand the depths of my desire to hurt them.
I do.
Yeah, it's kind of like I mean, I can only never mind. I'll give it to myself. Forget it. I'm gonna go too far. I don't want to give too much. Never mind. Go. I'm just gonna stop.
He goes, unfortunately, the bishop and the archbishop, we I was told that I don't know how familiar you are with the Sabbat, Mr. Wright, but might makes right. And losing a member of my pack would reflect negatively on me, make me look weak. And weakness is not a thing that a Templar is allowed to have.
My concern for you, Mr. Reynolds, is what must they think of you for giving you such weaklings to put in your care? Wouldn't they give you somebody as strong as you are to make you stronger?
One could only hope that is the goal of the exercise, Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, things are in a transitional state with the Sabbat.
I mean, no, go ahead.
I will given our current relationship, I will give you my word that at the moment, my desire for revenge on them will be put to the backside. You, of course, know and understand it's not going to go away.
I understand. And I hope that by the time that you exact vengeance on Mr. White and his coterie, that we are at a position where any animosity towards each other would just consider it as an exchange of business, not anything personal.
I don't feel anything personal now, and we're not at that point.
Good.
Well then,
If you excuse me, I must go tell this pack of knuckleheads that their time on this earth is going to be short and uneventful.
Yeah.
And I nod them.
I actually extend my hand.
He shakes it.
And I actually bring myself closer to him just to talk in his ear.
Okay.
And I've
whisper sweet
and I lick his ear. And then I lick his ear.
No.
Yeah.
Get in there.
What?
Well, Willie. Anyway, but no, I just want to say I know I haven't been able.
What?
Yeah. I know I haven't been able to say this to you because it's with everything going on, but I am sorry to hear, my condolences for Miss Guernsey.
And he, you feel his grip on your hand tighten, and he turns to look you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is an unfortunate happenstance. Is a fact of life for our kind.
Yeah, I can only.
He Eskimo kisses you.
Yeah, just a little nudge with the nose. No, I lean in more and I use my eyelash butterfly kisses. Just it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah. He did eyebrows with you.
Yeah.
No, but he says that, and I feel the grip, so I know that I got his attention. So I say, I can only imagine in your situation if you could find the reason or and the person that did that what you could do to them.
There would be no shortage of. He stops himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that there are laws against what I am going to do because of other people have done.
When he says that, I look at him, I'm like, oh, so you understand what I'm going to do. And I turn back away.
Okay. But he lets go of your hand.
Yep.
Gentlemen, you have a safe night, and you see him walk into the snow.
Yeah. As he before he walks out, as he says that, I go, well, before he says any of that, I just want to let him know, yes, Elysium will truly be an eventful evening. For sure.
No more drugs for that man.
Yeah. But we shift over now to Friday the 28th, and as part of the situation, you are brought together by Shepard as he has gotten a chance to record one of the stranger commercials that is going on as far as the celebrations for the season are concerned in the city.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that as a symbol of charity and hope for the city, Wesley Ian Gardner has opened up a free to the public art viewing of a special collection he commissioned once the hooligans of the motorcycle clubs appeared in the city over the summer. The art pieces, from what you can see of the commercial, are pro-police, pro-government, and one prominent piece that he has set up at the entrance so that it is the first thing you see when you walk in is of a black man in chains with a hole in his chest where his heart was, and him holding it out above his head triumphantly. But there are flames, and there are representations of Ku Klux Klan members in the background that are all holding onto the chains. It is very evident to Melvin that the gentleman in the picture in the painting has more than a striking resemblance to Mickey Douglas.
An art show, bitches.
I mean, I love I'm a cultured man.
Oh yeah.
Let's go and check out some art.
Yeah, dude, I heard paint's
Easels
flammable.
are made of wood, typically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just asking for a friend that wants to shove one through somebody's heart.
Canvas can be set on fire pretty quickly.
It can.
Perfect.
It is flammable as fuck.
Especially if I'm
This
there.
is all alcohol-based paint anyway, so this is gonna.
Oh yeah, it's oil. It's oil paintings, of course.
Obviously, we're going to this event. I'm just throwing that out there to everybody.
Wait,
Yep.
what's the jump? So the amount of time from when we saw Reynolds up until this point, how much time has passed?
From the situation with Anastasia Richards and Grant Reynolds to December the 28th is going to be about a little bit over a week, like a week and a day.
So you're saying I have time to get a boombox and play Prince's Party, man, when we go into that place,
100%.
Right? Yes.
Oh my God, we all get
I'm
paint
getting a new
cans.
suit, baby. I'm getting a new suit.
Yeah.
The reason why I ask is because I actually, during that downtime, I want to actually get a ghoul.
Okay.
And the ghoul would actually be somebody that, because is the sangria open at the moment?
Not yet. The plans are for it to open the last week of January.
Well, the last week of January.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then never mind. I will hold off on that.
Okay.
But yeah, with that information, that's the other thing I wanted to ask was, one second, because there was something I wanted, because I know the information that I got from Mickey.
Yeah.
Talks about.
Yeah, if you wanna talk about any of that on camera, that's fine.
Yeah. As far as Unchained Realty Inc.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I just want to know more information about that because they're the ones that have businesses in Kaiser, and it brings up the name Eugene, the character Eugene Stanton, which I know it only rings a bell slightly only because Reynolds brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering if during that time Mickey is able to give me some more information if I talk to him within that week.
Given the week time period, he gets to work, and let's see if he gets anything substantial over the week. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, not bad actually. I saw the first two and I was like, oh, that's terrible. Eugene Stanton is relatively new to the city. Less than a month since he arrived, but he's been making moves. Unchained comes from Seattle, where it has a strong holding. It has connections to another large organization called King Brewery, which for Mickey gives him a bit of a hurdle to overcome, and it takes a bit of favors to call in, which is going to set him back as far as resources are concerned until the end of January. But he finds out that King Brewery is not even an umbrella corporation. Although it does have subsidiaries under it, it's part of its own bigger entity. As far as like where it is on the ladder, it is powerful. It is a powerful company that has big sway on the West Coast. But even with all of that, it is still mid-level compared to its parent, which is the Pentex Corporation.
Why do I feel like we've heard that name before?
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Okay. Well, actually, since we're on this, I just wanted to also find out how Manny Garza, quote unquote, legally was able to get the property for Sangria. Like, what if there was a shell corporation? If there's something that's being used to take over Sangria, to run Sangria.
No, everything that he comes up with is on the up and up. The previous owner put it up for sale, and it was immediately bought up.
Okay, so it's going directly through to him. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
Okay. But we jump to Friday 28th. Excuse me, a couple days until the New Year's Eve event. And the Elysium that proves it's proving to be quite the party. You guys roll up to the art gallery.
Question. Before I go in there.
Sure.
Just because I forgot, I didn't write it down, and I don't want to go digging. Prowess lasts for a scene?
Last first scene.
Okay, so I'm going to do a rouse check and have prowess activated before I go in there.
Yeah, let me make sure.
Yeah, let me know.
Since you're getting banana daiquiris already.
I rolled a 10. All right, so let me know.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going in there with my penis out.
Okay.
Like that's what's
Oh,
happening
you know what?
right
Why don't
now.
you just go full bore and just have your protean claws already out too while you're at it?
Well,
I
I
might
was
have
gonna
those
do
in my
that, but I was
trench
gonna
coat.
have my hands in my pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then he's gonna probably. I'm gonna shake his hand. You know, it's you make the
Yeah.
eye contact
Oh
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
One scene.
Okay, so I rolled a 10.
Okay. You managed to
Would the
rouse
scene
yourself.
count as the? Would we just let me ask
The
beforehand.
from the second you arrive to the second we resolve whatever happens inside the art gallery, that is going to be
Is
the
a scene.
scene.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah. I will warn you. This is a gentleman that has been around since the Wild West. So, although that you are coming in wanting this fight, this is somebody that is prepared for it.
I figured.
Okay.
I mean, why would something as grandiose as what he's doing? I would imagine he's going to be prepared for any retaliation.
Correct. But yeah, you show up, and the moment you do, the young woman that you remember as being there the last time you were there with him and Davies recognizes you, and then you see her. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, some safety concerns have come to my attention. We're going to have to close the event early. Please, no rush, but please see yourselves out. And she comes over and she holds the door open, and she kind of gives you a look like, please don't kill any of these people.
I kill every single one. No, I'm just kidding.
Every
I just open my claws and I just hold them out as they run out.
One. Snap neck, snap neck, snap neck. Just keep going as they're walking through. Book, book.
But you see the people, they kind of seem confused by the situation, but seeing that she's standing there kind of holding the door open, they go over, they grab their coats, and they start making their way out. There takes maybe a few minutes before the last kind of stragglers have made their way out, and she nods at the three of you. I appreciate the upholdings of the masquerade, gentlemen. I will leave you to your situation, and she closes the door. She locks it. And you see her helping people usher to their cars, helping them find cabs, things like that. But the the gallery itself has been left to presumably the four of you.
I walk over to the piece that you described.
Yeah, it's right front and center in the beginning.
Yeah.
You remember that the walls for the gallery are on tracks, so they can be shifted around as needed. This one has been brought up to the front, and it's full frontal to the doors. The painting itself is 4 feet by 8 feet. Massive. You can see there is a lot of detail that has been put into the face. There's a lot of detail that has been put into the pained struggle that he's showing. But you can also see the little kind of points, the peaks of where the paint was pulled up from the brush. Very clearly an oil painting. And you can smell it as you walk up to it.
And I kind of walk up to the face of Mickey and just kind of look at it.
It's about a quarter of the size of your face. Like it is a big picture, but it is not life size.
Wait, besides us three, who else is in this? Who else is in the gallery?
You presume that guard is
Presumably
there.
us.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But you do hear the soft kind of piano music that was playing over the speakers comes to a stop. And you hear from behind, somewhere in the back of the gallery, I was hoping that we could have done this in a much more civilized location. But, and you hear the clank, clank, clank of stirrups.
Spurs.
Sorry.
Spurs. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I just say to you guys, I'm just like, this prick thinks he's Wyatt Earp. And I just keep looking at the painting. Like, and I just say out loud, you're right. This is definitely not a civil art gallery. This is trash.
You see a couple
But
of
doesn't surprise me.
You see a couple of gentlemen come over and they start sliding the paintings to create an alley, and also to shield the windows. It looks like even though he is very clearly a piece of shit, he still is trying to uphold the masquerade.
Right.
And the gentlemen kind of see you standing in front of the painting, and one of them looks at you and is like, if you could excuse us, we need to put this by the front doors.
I think you can
Fair
make
enough.
do without this one being there.
No, I look at you. It's okay.
Okay.
And as they move it, at the rear of the gallery, you see Garter standing there, literally like he stepped off a stagecoach. He is wearing a white banker's shirt, a shale gray vest underneath it, the little chain for the fob watch going from one pocket to the other, the gray kind of banker's jacket, the same slacks. But you do notice that there are a very nice set of leather boots that have the spurs, and he's got the 2 revolvers on his thighs.
Funny way of dressing up for an art show.
Oh, this is how I dress for funerals, my friend.
Oh, so you're ready then? That's what I say. I say to my. I go, oh, so you're ready. Good to know.
Well, that's good. Caretakers are overworked in this town anyway.
And you will see him. Well, hold on. Who has celerity?
Well, I do now.
Oh, you picked up celerity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he picked it up. He picked it up.
Yeah, pick it up just fine.
Pick it up.
Pick it up. Does everybody have celerity then at this point?
Yep.
Oh, sir, you're with a Bruja. We've already fed off of each other.
Yeah.
All of us have at least.
Yeah. It is it is much clearer to Erickson the fluidity of the movement. But to Melvin and Andreas, there's still a little bit of that haze of just how fast he moves. But you see him draw the gun, and with one hand, you see him grab the actual tumbler, and with the other, he just starts to push and pull the hammer as he kind of steps from side to side. There is this loud thunder of this stack of gunfire. It's just going to go, it explodes, it explodes, it explodes. It is 6 explosions that all suddenly are allowed to happen simultaneously, and he has stepped maybe 10 feet to his left, and when he finishes his movement, he stops, and the gun all but collapses in his hand, and he drops it. And you will see the 6 shots go flying at Melvin. What was your celerity power that you took?
Rapid reflexes.
Oh, so you don't get the -2 to your dodge.
Correct.
To your defensive roll. Excellent.
I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Because of the fact that I have high enough celerity to be able to see that he's doing this, is there any way that I can reaction to blink to the 10 feet of where he's going to be at?
He is moving much faster than you can keep up with. Like the only reason that you get to see him using this amalgam power that he has is because you have a high enough celerity to keep up with him for all intents and purposes. But he, technically speaking, has celerity 5. So he's a little bit like you're gonna try to shoot to where he is, and he isn't there anymore.
I see what you mean.
So you can blink if you want. You'll be 5 feet away from him because you're gonna shoot to where he was when you figured out he was stopping.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'll do the rouse check for that.
Okay. Make sure that I got it.
And that's a 9.
Nice. Okay. So you manage to shoot forward in the middle of this barrage of bullets, and you think that you're going to end up right next to him, but you're not. You see that he's actually shifted even more, and for the first time, you're face to face with a speed that even surprises you. How many successes did Melvin get?
What's the roll? Sorry.
It's gonna be a wits and athletics.
Well, does potence does his prowess add to that by chance or no?
No, because it's not strength.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got a 2 on my hunger die, and then I got an 8, a 6, an 8, and a 7.
Okay, so 4 successes. That's good. Because I got 8 successes. So you reduce it by 4. And
would that be superficial or
no,
aggravated?
this is superficial. This is superficial. So it would have done 10 points of damage to you. But you are a vampire, so you take half of that. So you take 5 superficial points of damage.
And then I take 2 because I have fortitude, which reduces superficial damage by the level of my fortitude.
If you activate that, yeah.
Isn't that a reaction?
The level 2 power?
The toughness?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a free thing, isn't it?
No, it's a rouse check,
it's a rouse
but
check.
I think it's a free action. I think it's a reaction.
I think it is a reaction as well. Let me make sure.
Which I got a 6. If it is.
Just in case.
Just in case. Yeah. Let's see. Where's fortitude? That's dominate. So I went
I
too
told
far.
you, I built up my motherfucking fortitude
You did.
for this shit.
You did. There it is. Toughness.
Finally, somebody getting shot at that's not me. That's just like boom, just going.
It's been
Hey,
me in every coterie that I've been. That's why I took fortitude.
Yeah. No, it needs to be activated. It lasts for the scene though. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shoot,
So I take 5.
So you're gonna take 5.
Okay.
that's not bad.
He's not. He's got 9 health.
I know.
Yeah.
No, it would have been bad for me.
Yeah. It would be bad. It would be bad for anybody else in this coterie.
Yep. It seems like you're. It seems like you're the tank.
I leap right at where he's at, where he stops. With soaring leap.
Oh, yeah. So you're gonna clear the distance. Yeah. Are you just leaping at him, or what are you doing?
Oh no, I'm Oh, how many things can I do? Is my question.
Well, it depends on what you're trying to do.
I'm leaping at him. While I'm leaping at him, my claws are coming out, and I'm shoving my hand right through his heart.
Okay. So you're gonna try to attack him.
Yes.
While activating a power.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to activate the power. I'm going to do it, but I'm going to pump my blood.
Oh, so you're gonna surge your physical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So make a rouse check.
10.
10.
I love my rouse time today.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get an extra 2 dice to your physical tests. So if you're just gonna try to bring your hand into his body, that's gonna be a brawl check. So that's gonna be your strength and brawl.
And with prowess activated, that's for the damage. That's not for the hit.
It goes into your attack as well.
Okay.
So you've got 3 extra dice there. So 6, 8. You got 10 dice.
Or we're gonna need it. So
I believe in you, man. You can get Kung Pao like one clean chunk.
Yeah.
Just.
And if not, I'm 5 feet away from you.
My goal is to do to him what he did to Mickey in that picture.
Ooh.
That's fair.
Alima.
That is what I want to see. That is what I want to see. Okay. I got a 7 on my hunger die.
Okay.
7, 7, 7, 9, 8, 6, 5, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
7 successes. I only got 2 to try and get away from you. So that's gonna lower your damage by 2 to 5 superficial. So he takes 3 points of superficial damage as you just come crashing into him, and you can feel all 5 points of your hand come crashing into his chest. Actually, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Never mind. I forgot that he also has fortitude.
Okay.
You come crashing into him, and whereas you would expect your hand to create these 5 divots in his skin, there's only this marble-like flesh that you feel resistance against, and you see him just kind of smile at you. Erickson,
Yes.
what do you want to do? You're the next closest.
Since I'm 5 feet away from him, I'm gonna go ahead. Then I'm gonna activate prowess.
Okay, so that's gonna be a rouse check.
That's fine. And that's a 3. So
So
my hunger goes up 1.
Yeah.
I am going to go ahead, considering out of all 3 of us, the person that has the best shot is actually Andreas. I'm gonna go ahead, since I'm 5 feet away, go around and literally bear hug. Like, not, well, I don't want to necessarily, well, whatever, I'm gonna grapple him. But I want to do it in a way where I'm actually trying to pin his arms back.
Okay.
exposing himself.
Yeah, so that's going to be a strength and athletics.
And strength, athletics. Let me see. Strength. So 3, athletics is 2, plus the fact that I have plus I have prowess.
That's 3 more from your potent.
So that's 5. That's 8, and then I'm adding, and since I have a grappling as actually no, but it's part of brawl. Yeah, because you're using strength and athletics, but my grappling is connected to brawl, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 8 die.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Bro, what is it with me and the hunger die?
1 die because it's an extra attack that he's trying to get out of. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use willpower.
Okay.
I got a 10 and a 9 on the hunger, and then the rest were literally under 5. So I want to.
All right, so pick 3 of them to reroll.
Come on, 10. Well, I got 1 10, and then 2 9s.
Okay, so 3 successes. You come around trying to set up Andreas for.
Hold up, because I got a 10 on the hunger. One of my hunger die was a 10.
That's fine, as long as there's no. They remember crits only count in pairs.
Right, and then I got another 10 when I rerolled the willpower.
Oh, okay. That's what I didn't understand.
Yeah. So it's 2 10s, 2 9s.
Okay. So it's actually 6 successes. So it's going to be reduced by 4, so you still get him. Yeah, you come around and you manage to grab one of his arms back behind him, and the other one kind of slips out, but you do have him. You do have one of his arms back, and you've got your hand on his shoulder. What is Andreas going to do?
I want to whisper in his ear. Wait, this movie came out. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It is a Christmas movie.
Well, let me see. So, really, the 2 choices are if we want to blow through another one of the silver bullets, we can see what that does to this fucking K-Knight. But I only have 2 left after that. Mm-hmm. The other option is pop claws and do aggravated to him.
Do it.
Well, superficial, that can't be reduced.
Oh.
Ah.
Yep.
I hate
what I'm doing next turn. You best believe that's what I'm doing next turn.
Yeah.
I fully expected when I met this guy that my hunger was going to be at like a 3 or a 4 by the time I was done with this fight. I've just been very lucky with these rolls.
Sure.
All right, you know what? No. All right, I'm gonna pop claws. I'm gonna join in on this fucking grapple and actually try and bite him.
Okay.
Why the hell not?
Yeah. So that'll be a dexterity and brawl check.
Yay.
Which. Oh, do your rouse check for the claws.
Oh yes.
6 dice. That's a good pool for you.
Yes. I am aroused. I got a 7.
Okay. So you managed to pull on the blood without calling on your beast. 1 less die to try and avoid you.
Honestly, I wish I was a gangrel. I'd burn more blood to make the fangs grow out more. Too bad it's a clan specific. All right. So Dex brawl. All right. 10, 7, 4, 6, and 8 on the hunger die.
Okay, so 4 successes, minus 1 for my garbage roll, means that you do 2 plus, I believe, the bite. That's 2 automatically. Okay. I did not expect you guys to come in biting.
We only got so many options. I mean, he's revolver ocelot with a fast forward button.
Yeah.
And listen, I was told by somebody not to light shit on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not lighting shit on fire.
You're right.
Yes.
And I learned.
You're right.
And I learned in I learned in my dojo years ago, if you're close to somebody and they have the gun, God damn it, close the distance.
Correct. That's why I leapt at him. I was like, "Oh, you're gonna shoot at me?"
Wait a
Okay.
minute. Hold up.
Yep.
I know that he has these paintings up. Are we close to any of these paintings?
Not really.
Shut up and hold on to him.
No. I'm just wondering.
No, not
I
really.
have an idea, but it's only gonna do superficial damage.
Right. No, I'm just thinking of. I just want to grab, any one that has, that's on a canvas that has wood in it.
Mhm.
That, just thinking. Just
Oh
thinking.
no, I know.
Yeah.
I have another idea though. It depends on what he does next.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll say it does +2 regularly. How many you get? 4 -1 that I got. Puts you at 5. Superficial. You do pierce skin, and you draw some vitae from him.
Vitae! That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. You actually get past the little bit of marble that his skin has turned into.
Hard candy shell on the outside, soft on the inside.
Yeah.
Gooey.
Look, I didn't come here even thinking I was going to try and Diablerize somebody. I'm just trying to hold on to him and do some damage.
Look, hey, no one's throwing the D word around.
No.
Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I'm not throwing that word around because my motherfucking mouth is full.
Yeah. See how funny this would be. What is the roll?
Hopefully a 1.
If Melvin could roll their intelligence plus resolve, please.
Oh no. He's gonna get in your brain. He's going in your brain.
He's gonna get all up in there.
Hey. Well,
Hey.
3 10s,
Yeah.
a 9, a 4, and a 3 on my hunger.
So
So that's 3 10s and a 9.
4, 5, 6 successes. You're gonna need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What happens on a tie?
Tie goes to defender, I think. Because it is a difficulty. It is an opposed difficulty. I'm setting, since I'm the one attacking, I'm setting the difficulty numbers that he needs to beat. You see him lock eyes with you for a brief moment as he struggles and kind of tries to find a way out of this. And he looks at you and he says, "Help me." And there's a moment where the voice kind of trickles down into the back of your mind, and for a brief instant, you're like, I need to help him. And then immediately the beast inside of you snarls, and the image of Mickey in the painting comes back to you.
Okay.
And then you see him for a moment kind of standing there, and then the next moment he's at the other side of the art gallery. Just
wait. Okay, so I've lost my grip on him, is what you're saying?
Yes. The moment, and this is the kind of thing that you see, that you're holding on to him. You've got his arm, you've got his shoulder. You see Andreas is bitten into his neck. You see that he's tried to talk Melvin into switching sides, and then there's a moment where it almost feels like he vibrates so fast that it almost heats up your hands and it almost heats up your mouth, Andreas, and then he's on the other side of the room. And it is one of those things where even with celerity 3 that Erickson has, you didn't see him blink. Okay. This is not a blink. This is something stronger.
Reverse or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do something and I can't do it now.
By the way, since we're in this,
Just so you know, I was gonna grab his 6-shooter and shove it up his ass and fire all 6 rounds.
Okay,
That's what I was gonna do next turn.
I got you.
I mean, we
That's
still could.
Yeah.
No, I already know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What I do want to ask in all of this
Mhm.
is, in the middle of all this, do I see any mirrors?
No,
Not a single mirror, correct?
not a single
Good.
mirror.
Okay, good to know.
Not a single mirror.
Just- good to know.
But we'll go back to Melvin.
I soaring leap at him again.
Okay. Close the distance.
But here's my question.
Sure.
Do I pull out one of the stakes that I've had the entire game and just slap him with it
Oh.
in the chest, or try to?
Mm.
Or do I help him by releasing my claws and stab him into his eyeballs?
Oh. Those
Well,
are
I mean,
options.
That's the
dealer's
question.
choice. Dealer's choice, bro.
I'm gonna leap at him, pull out the stake that I've been holding on to stake, and I'm
Mhm.
going to
You
stab it
have.
right into his chest. And I'm
Okay.
going to feel my blood again.
Okay.
8 on the card. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Rouse checks.
All right. You're gonna rouse your. You're gonna surge your physical again.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're looking at a strength and melee, as far as stabbing somebody.
Actually, that'll be less for me than if I use my claws.
Yeah, but if you
So,
use the stake,
The thing is, my brawl is like 2 dice higher.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it's Dex and you said it's Dex and melee,
It's Dex and melee.
so that'd be 4
No,
dice
sorry, it's
versus.
strength and melee. So it's you
So that'd
still.
be 4. So that'd be 3 dice versus 5 dice,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got that stupid fortitude power like I do.
Mm-hmm. That he
Well, yeah,
actually
you
I'm
go-
gonna
activated.
do that. I'm gonna use that rouse for the claws instead,
Okay, sure.
and I'm gonna come at him into his face.
I mean, you still have prowess activated.
For the
Right,
scene,
right.
yeah.
for the
Right,
scene.
but
Yeah.
I can use that with the extra dice on his face.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be strength and brawl, which is 5 plus 2 from your surge is 7 plus 3 from your potence. That's 10 dice again. I have my full dice pool to dodge through this round. Which isn't great.
Okay. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes
Big successes.
and no ones.
Okay.
The other ones were 2 3s and 4s.
All right. I got 3, so you did 3 points of damage to him.
With the Klaus.
With the Klaus,
Klaus.
I believe that the fortitude power still reduces.
So does the claws give +2 to the brawl damage? So is it 8 then?
Yes.
Okay. So I do 8 damage to him. Okay.
All superficial. Yeah. Oh, this occurs before halving the damage. Okay. So you did 8. He reduces it by his fortitude, and then he halves it. Okay. You pierce the skin a little bit. It's not as fulfilling as you want it to be. But you do kind of see the little streaks of red from where your claws cut across his skin. And he does kind of wince at the pain. Erickson.
How far is he?
He's at the opposite side of the room, so maybe 50 feet away, 60 feet away.
So if I use blink again,
Yes. You could clear
it
that
would
distance.
would it get me? It would clear the distance.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a rouse check.
I'm probably going to be bleeding from the eyes at the end of this, guys. Just letting you guys know.
Be careful.
Oh, there you go. I got us 3.
All right. So your hunger goes up again.
The 3.
One more. We're gonna start.
The reason why I'm doing this is I'm literally what I want to do is almost like I am sliding in, like I'm trying to slide in to do like a an actual takedown in wrestling, but from that, I just want to do like a Terry Bogard punch to the stomach. Literally just trying to, like, almost like a tiger uppercut.
Yeah.
Is really what I'm trying. I'm trying to, like, because Melvin's going up top. I'm trying to go low. That's the idea.
Sure. It's gonna be strength and brawl then.
Strength and brawl.
You got 3, and 3 is 6. Plus your
Plus the prowess.
3, yeah.
Yeah, opponent's at 3. Sorry, that's 9.
So 6 regular dice, 3 hunger dice because you were playing with fire.
So 6, 6, 6 on the hunger.
Okay, that's not ominous.
No, not at all. 9, 3, 8, and then I got 3 more. 8, 6, and 9. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 7 successes.
Yeah. Minus 3 from him trying to get out of the way brings it down to 4. And then his resilience kicks in. You come sliding across the length of this art gallery in this underhanded kind of falcon punch, and the moment you impact with his body, it is like a meteorite crashing into the moon. Like, it is, you feel the impact, but there's no shake. He is this juxtaposition of his image to you, because he looks like this fucking nerd from the Wild West, and he just took a punch from this rabid Bruja, ex-state senator. What does Andreas do?
I'm gonna make him think his clothes are on fire.
Okay.
He's like, haha, this punch did nothing. Oh my god, I'm on fire!
I don't know if you can just affect him or if you affect everyone in the room, just so you're aware.
I'm willing to affect everyone in the room.
Do it.
I love it.
The Bruja gives 0 fucks right now.
Correct. As all Brujas do. As all Ravnos do.
Yeah. 3 senses: sight, sound, and touch.
Ooh, so you're going for broke.
I want to convince him. I don't need to do everything, but he needs to hear flames crackling. He needs to see them in front of his face, and he needs to at least feel the heat so his fucking Rorschach kicks in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
It's going to be your manipulation plus your obfuscate.
Yes, that's a 7 pool. That's a 7 dice pool.
Oh, it's going to suck for me.
Ooh. So it's going to be a difficulty of 4 total.
Okay.
And it lasts for the whole scene. Jesus.
If it goes through. Okay, so 6, 9, 4, 9 on the hunger die, 3, 4, 6. So
you just got it. 4 successes. Oh my god.
Liar, liar, clothes on fire.
Yeah. Vampires and other supernatural creatures have a chance to disbelieve the hallucination, but mortals can only do this if they have reason to suspect it to be fake. Okay. So Melvin and Erickson get to roll their intelligence and awareness.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
And
do they get any bonuses knowing I've pulled this shit before?
No.
No.
This is the dangerous aspect of Fata Morgana.
I'm trying to help them out, but luckily he got the...
What do I have to roll to not go cuckoo bananas?
Intelligence and awareness.
And how many successes?
That depends on what Eric rolls with his manipulation and presence.
Got it.
So I got 3 9s and 3 9s and 2 3s. So it's 3 successes.
3 successes. I hope that's enough for you.
Same for me. I got 9, 7, and 6, and then a 5 and a 4.
All right, so I need to roll manipulation and presence for something?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The number of successes you get is going to determine how hard it is for people to ignore the fire.
Okay. I apologize in advance, guys.
That's okay.
You're fine.
This is a yeah, that's a 5 dice pool for me. It's not as bad.
Okay.
You said presence, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Manipulation and presence.
Okay. And with a hunger die and all that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Okay. 10, 8, 7, 3, 9.
Yeah. We're fucked.
4 successes.
Everything's on fire.
No, he's on fire. The illusion this time, at least, it's specifically him.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I want him to be dealing with it.
Yeah.
Well, your brouhaha's going to be useless in about 2 seconds.
Yeah. So
Not
4
if,
successes.
Stay in range of him so you shred his ass. I don't know.
4 successes. So for a brief moment, Erickson and Melvin are staring down the target of their ire for the last who knows how long. And in an instant, his clothes suddenly burst into flames. And your beast recoils. Flight kicks in more than anything. Roll your willpowers to try and stay in the area. Otherwise, you need to not be there anymore.
3 successes. 7, 8, 9, 2, and 4.
Okay.
2 6s, an 8, and a 4, so 3 successes.
Okay. It is frightening, the amount of fire that suddenly has sprung up out of nowhere. As far as spontaneous combustion goes, this is a frightening display of power. The flames are crackling, the orange glow is spreading, the heat coming off of him is almost like a campfire.
I want him to feel what I feel when I wake up in the same place twice.
And as the two of you have to kind of fight the urge to leave the area, and even taking half a step back just because everything is just so oppressive this close to you, you see him kind of nod at Andreas. Oh, you're much more powerful than I gave you credit for, Mr. Barker. I am impressed.
I'm gonna make that thing real.
But he's gonna take out his other revolver and shoot the shit out of Melvin.
Why is he the bullet sponge today?
Right?
Melvin, they want you dead.
Almost like there's a connection. So wits and athletics to
Like, there's a reason why they want him dead.
and I will say that you have a -1 die from the fire.
Uh, 9, 9, 7, and a 2.
So that's -3. Did you activate your toughness?
No, I didn't know if I, with all that other stuff that I did, if that's something I could have done
Gotcha.
also.
No. It's kind of like you're allowed 1 action and 1 activation per round.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Okay. So you're gonna take a lot. But he also is gonna destroy the second revolver that he has. 5 and 6 is 11 points of damage.
And I take 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So what does it do? It converts to
It
aggravated?
converts to aggravated.
Okay.
And you see him pull the revolver.
And I'm gonna use my. So how does this work?
Yeah.
Because I have Defy Bane.
Oh.
So
Oh, ho,
So
ho.
that aggravated can fuck itself. But it says it converts it to superficial.
It does.
So does it just stay as the superficial damage that I've already taken?
So hold on. Because you would be activating it for the superficial damage as it's coming in.
Well, because it says it converts aggravated damage equal to fortitude to superficial.
Got you.
So I'd take 4. I've taken 4 superficial, which is the last of my health. So there's 4 aggravated that's left.
Yeah.
So I'd take 1 aggravated if I'm able to do that roll.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to work then. Yeah, make a rouse check.
Wits and survival. No, it's a wits and survival roll.
Oh, is it? 2 activate reflexively.
Yeah.
You're right.
8, 6, and 4.
Okay. How much? What did you get?
8, 6, and 4.
Yeah. 3 successes is what you needed. So yeah. So you convert the majority of it, and then you only take the 1 point of aggravated damage, and your body, your whole core is rocked with. It is 6 individual impacts, and you notice that he does kind of have to step with every bullet that he fires. And it's almost like there is a limitation to what he's doing, but he's also destroying the revolver as he is actively pushing, like literally breaking the chamber so that he shifts it into the next bullet and pulls and pushes the firing pin. It is 6 individual impacts that all feel like one massive impact, and it just launches you back about 1.5 feet, almost 3 feet. And you see him drop the gun at his feet, and there's a bit of worry that starts to creep up on his face as you see him kind of looking out the corner of his eye in the direction of Andreas Barker.
When I'm still there, and I look at him and I smile.
Okay. It is your turn.
As I rush him, because he didn't take off, you said.
He couldn't.
So I rush him, I activate my toughness so that I have that extra soak.
Got it.
Which I got a 5, so I got my hunger. I finally got a hunger.
Yep.
And I'm gonna fuel it again. My physical attribute.
Oh, you're gonna surge?
I'm gonna surge.
Okay.
Again.
Oh, you
6 on that.
Yeah, it's reflexive. Okay, so you got 2 extra dice.
And with every fiber of my being, I just rush at him again with the claws, and I just go right for his chest again.
Okay. He is now at hunger 3, so that's going to be a bit of his pool.
Actually, I'm going to slash at his Achilles.
Oh, okay.
Fuck you and your little dance, motherfucker. Try that with one leg, bitch.
I find when a man invites you to an art show, that is a moment to stand up in celebration.
So is that 10 dice?
That is 10 dice, yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
This could be it right here.
Oh, I like that. Let's move those to the side. That's above 6. Booty boo boo boo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Will.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 1, a 5, and a 4.
Okay.
Then a 6, an 8, an 8, a 9, a 10, a 7, and a 7.
Oh. Would this be one of those moments where you want to use a willpower point for those 3 dice?
I do want to use a willpower point for those. That's fine.
Okay.
And I'm glad I did. Because we'll move away the 1-5, but we'll add the 2 8s to that dice pool that I just told you.
Okay. What are we looking at?
So that's 2,
9.
4, 6, 8, and then a 10. So I guess 9. Does that count as 1? Or
One success.
it only counts as 2 if there's 2 10, right?
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
9. Minus his fortitude. Means that he would be taking 6. And you can't.
Well, actually, sorry, it's 11. Sorry, it's 11 because of my claws.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that becomes 9. And you use your claws. So
Yes.
there is no halving it because it's still superficial. Given all the time that you have spent hunting this man, is this how you pictured it turning out for you?
No, I wanted to rip his heart out, but, murdering him with an Achilles is really embarrassing for him. And I'm going to make sure everybody knows it.
You see him eyeballing an exit route. You see that he's still on fire for all intents and purposes. But you also have that image of Mickey painstakingly immortalized on that oil painting in the front. And as you whip down and around, your claws find perches against the back of his leg, and there is a moment where the full length of each of your claws digs not only through the little bit of ankle that he has and completely cleanly send his foot flying in a different direction. The moment he looks down, the foot starts to turn to ash and dust, and you see him collapsing forward, still on fire, and his ash then falling forward, still on fire, and just creating this silhouette of him in dust and ash on the floor in front of you. But
Let me ask you a question. His clothes disappear with him too?
no, they're still on fire.
Okay, can you, Eric, or Andreas, can you stop that?
Yeah, literally.
Cool. Okay, I grab the
literally,
belt.
I snap my fingers and gone.
Yeah, I grabbed the belt and I put it on his gun belt.
Okay.
I take his gun belt.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I grab the clothes. I put them on over the painting of Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on top of it. Actually, I carve Mickey's head out of the thing.
Okay.
I carved his head out. I put his head where Mickey's was. I put Mickey's head where his was, and I put his cowboy outfit on the fucking body.
Set the fucking painting on fire.
I know. I like. I was actually. There. Does he have a radio or anything there?
No.
No. There's nothing.
Really?
He doesn't listen to music.
He's just sitting there going, "Oh shit!"
No. They know.
They took off.
Yeah, they know what was happening.
Yeah, they got the hell out of there.
Yeah,
he was playing the piano. The way I gathered, he was playing the piano.
He was the one playing the piano.
And it was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you look around, you will see that in the back area there is a little kind of like side gallery, like a little private gallery. There is a piano in the center. There's a couple of paintings, and it looks like it is a representation of what the Primogen Council was. But you notice that in a macabre sense that all of the heads from the Primogen Council have been removed as they were taken out. You can very clearly see that there's one person that's in full like Nazi regalia, the SS uniform. You can see in the center of it all is a representation of Hyde. Next to him is Garter. On the other side of him is Anastasia Richards, who still has her head in the painting.
But you said the Nazi SS one is missing his head?
Correct.
Okay, good. It's like, oh, side quest.
Is Hyde in the middle?
Huh?
Is Hyde in the middle?
Hyde is central, yeah, of course.
Okay, since I have my claws out, I carve the false king. False king will fall.
Actually,
on
can
there.
I activate?
I'm carving all the paintings.
Actually, I wanted to activate Flush of Life just so I can pee on one of those things. Just
In honor of
I
the meme.
scraping up all the paintings.
Okay.
Since I still have my prowess activated, I get the fucking piano and I smash it.
Sure.
Oh, I'm gonna check if there's I want to actually, while he's doing that, he's causing the destruction.
Mhm.
I want to actually look for a safe, filing cabinet, something that a video, like something that like do we see surveillance cameras in here
No,
or
not
a
at
surveillance camera?
all. There is an office to the side. Couple filing cabinets. It looks like just the paperwork, the day-to-day stuff as far as the gallery is concerned. Like there's a calendar there that shows that the gallery was gonna be dark for the rest of the year, except for this kind of like impromptu.
Yeah, it's gonna be dark still. It's
Yeah.
gonna be ash. That's
Yeah.
what it's gonna be.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna light a cigar and check out that private gallery.
Okay.
I don't want to burn the whole building down though, because I want them to see the messages.
I'm not burning anything yet. I'm burning a cigar.
I'm looking
and
at. I'm not looking
checking
at
out
you. I'm looking at fucking Prodigy over here.
First off, I have no flame. I point over at Andres. I'm like, he's the one with the fire. I have what? How am I going to start a fire right now?
I like the outline of that motherfucker there, and I want me to mosey into the fucking Elysium wearing the fucking gun belt like a trophy.
Like a trophy. I like it.
You start writing in there. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. You just start putting random fucking quotes everywhere.
Random cowboy quotes.
Oh, that's actually what I would do. You mess with the bull, you get the horns.
There you go.
That's what I just want to put that in there.
Yeah, there you
Yeah, because I'm just gonna implement myself. Why not? Let's just do this.
go. It's not difficult to look through the paperwork. It's all on the up and up, day-to-day business stuff. The only thing that really stands out to you is there is a one of those kind of what's it called, like picture frames. Like there's picture frames for each of the main what's it called, a certificates that the city gives you for starting a business, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
The one for the gallery denotes that Garter wasn't the only one that owns the gallery.
Who was the other?
Davies.
Hey, do you guys feel like going to the Heritage Center?
You want to go make another joke about, hey, where's the World War II part of this?
Yeah.
Where we beat those Germans?
Oh man.
Yeah, Eric, you missed out. That was one of the things I told him. Like, where's the World War II area of this Heritage Center where we beat you?
Yeah.
I take a moment though, and I kind of stop because this is like the culmination of a lot of my life for the last, couple months.
6 months, yeah.
Yeah, and kind of look up and just like, or down. I look up or down. I'm like, I'm not sure where you're at, but it's done.
Not yet.
I wish I had.
And then I started lighting everything on fire.
But yeah, there's a quiet moment.
Well,
I'm sorry?
There's a quiet moment. You can hear Erickson in the office kind of looking through paperwork. You can hear Andreas kind of walking around the private gallery, and you're left there in the main floor. The windows are covered. There's no possible intrusion from the outside world. So the only people that know what happened here for sure are the three of you, although his ghouls can guess what happened, especially when the bond breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what we write. You just reminded me. We're going to write on the other painting, the cradle will fall. When the bond breaks.
Yeah.
a crude picture of a tower on fire. That's what we do.
I love how Eric just rolled it back.
Yep.
All of a sudden, we're just like, you know what, guys? Let's just start painting. We just start using the oil and making our own paintings.
I
Out of this
gotta
whole thing.
I gotta make up for the shitty one I did on the lawn. I'm coming up with good ones.
Okay, fair enough.
Touche.
This is why I'm just like I'm letting you guys go. I'm like I'm already
Yeah.
at the I'm already in the post battle haze, or just
Well, what I
there
wanted
was no
to do
plan,
though,
but I love that it came
I
together.
look back at Eric. I look back at Andres. That shit is terrifying. That shit was scary.
what I do want to find out is there a back entrance or is there
Yeah.
is there a secret room?
There's
I'm
a secret
trying to
room.
look for.
Oh,
I'm trying to look for
that's a
stuff.
good point. That's a good point. Knowing my history with this piece of crap, with the restaurant across the street,
Mm-hmm.
and how he was hiding slaves in the basement that I freed with Mustang, I'm gonna try to look around and see if he's got something else around here.
This one does not have the same vibe.
Okay.
Given everything that Erickson has found, there is nothing to lead you to believe that there is a hidden space here. There is a back door that is very much in line with where he was looking when he was looking past Andreas. But there is no secret chamber, no basilisk to fight down here. Like this is very much a passion project that looked to have been an actual creative outlet for him.
Aw,
Okay.
aw, so
It was
sad.
for me too. It was for me too.
It was, yeah. A lot of people felt fulfilled here.
I certainly do.
I mean,
I certainly do.
I'll fulfill my checklist the moment this place is on fire.
No, it's not. We're not going to light on fire because I want the ashes. I draw a smiley face where the head was.
Okay.
Which, by the way, tallying the blows, was it was the blow to the Achilles tendon that killed him?
It looked like there was just some amount of force, some weakness in his armor that just was exploited there.
Achilles heel, if you will.
Yeah,
Oh.
almost.
Oh my!
Oh my!
But with Garter taken out, that means that Hyde only has Primogen Thompson on his side.
And so we'll just look up where he's at, and
you
on
know
to
where
the
he's
next.
at.
I need to eat something. Because
Oh,
I'm
so-
hurt.
So
I'm-
do you want to find some rats in the back, or are you actually wanting
Yeah.
some actual food?
No. I need some. I want some animals. I've stuck with
Yeah.
that.
He's
And
got
trust
the-
me, if my attack didn't do anything, there was going to be a whistle, and something was going to jump at his neck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know that was my backup plan. If the Achilles didn't do anything, Betty D was going to go for the jugular.
Yep.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
But yeah, what are you guys gonna do now that you've searched up and down, haven't found anything strange?
Oh, what is the outside? What is the back entrance? The back entrance look.
It just goes out to an alley in between the buildings.
Okay.
I look in the alley to see if I find any animals to eat.
Couple rats. Enough to slake one level of hunger because of your animalism.
But you have one aggravated. You have one aggravated hit, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That has to be healed first.
Yeah.
And then it has to be healed tomorrow.
Okay.
So
if I feed, will I be healed by the Elysium or no?
It's gonna be rough. Because you have to heal the aggravated first.
Okay.
And that's gonna eat up an entire night of just resting.
Okay.
So that'll be the 29th. And then depending on how much you want to kill on the 30th, you could rouse your way through the rest of the superficial damage.
you could just eat a human feed on a human, and then that would make it a lot faster.
I'd rather just hunt animals.
Yes.
I've stuck with that so long. Doesn't make sense for me to change that now.
I mean, there's plenty of
But
cattle
I'll
farms
be-
in the outskirts.
Right. Oh, I'll do it. The thing is, I want to be at full strength as close to full strength as possible for Elysium night.
Okay.
So if that means I'm on the bench for a couple nights before the Elysium, I'm on the bench.
Alright.
Right now, I'm flying high with the
I
fact that
mean,
I killed this piece of
Yeah,
shit.
unless there is something pressing in your agenda, I was gonna just jump to New Year's anyway.
Yeah, I've got nothing pressing.
Mhm.
Unless you guys do. This was my pressing matter, and it's been pressed.
It's just been revoked.
Clean up on Alpha. Oh, wrong one.
No,
No, it's diplomatic immunity.
no.
It's just been
Uh,
revoked.
All right. So with no other pressing matters on the agenda and nothing else to take care of, we're gonna jump to New Year's Eve, and as the coterie is rolling up to,
Do I-
uh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
As the coterie is rolling up to the dance nocturne, the rules of Elysium are in effect. No one is to harm each other. No powers are to be used. And it is understood that Prince Hyde, what's left of his Primogen Council, Otis, King, and his coterie, and the bishop are going to be in attendance this evening. Aside from the Bangles, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Phoebe Cates, who will be in attendance.
Oh my god, amazing.
Just so you're aware.
The Bengals.
Actually, there is one thing I do want to do. I want to send a message before the Elysium.
To who?
Ivory Larson.
Okay.
To let her know not how I found out, but that Geraldine, her scent was found potentially still alive
Okay.
in Kaiser.
We'll see if she responds.
I'm
But
just hey, friendly information. We had a cordial meeting the
Mhm.
last time we met.
Yep.
Help me help you.
just
Help me.
I appreciate you sending out a word, and I will let them know what you have sent, just so you are aware, since you didn't see
Mhm.
the Camarilla episode. They found 6
Okay.
bodies that all resemble Geraldine Birmingham.
Oh,
Okay.
So it is safe to say that they know Geraldine is still around. But since you didn't know that,
Well, at least, but coming from somebody,
yeah,
like it's like, oh, that's nice of him
yeah,
to say that. That's what I expect to happen.
yeah. We'll see if
I
that's
don't
how it's
know if it
taken.
will.
We'll see if that's how it's taken.
Right.
But with you guys rolling up to New Year's Eve, Elysium, I think this is a good point to call it for tonight. So,
All right.
I want to thank you guys again for participating. I am hopeful that you have enjoyed the arc of getting to the Toreador Primogen, and that this fulfills you in some meaningful way. I also like to thank the audience. We couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you for being here. And as always, let me give you guys a chance to plug whatever you're into. So we'll start with you, Mr. State Senator. What are you up to, and where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found?
You can find me on social medias under my personal, which is Mr. Underscore with the underscore in between each word. You can also follow me on TikTok. Well, on occasion it's me and then other bears on the Crit or Die. Also, this will the next time you actually will see me, I will be a married man. And so, yeah.
Congratulations.
Fun times. Fun times.
Yeah.
And I get to be very annoying and say my wife constantly.
Yeah.
My wife.
My wife.
Great success.
Yeah. Marriage.
Wage.
Marriage.
But for the resident Ravnos, where can people find you if you want to be found, and what are you up to?
I'm not up to too much. We're finally actually getting my half of the office built with all the acoustic tiles and shit.
Like
Or
it?
at least ones that have not been torn down by the cats for a change, but had to lock them out. But no, things are quiet.
Excellent. And our new Nosferatu sheriff wannabe who needs to find himself some
Wannabe.
revolvers and a badge.
I have a badge.
You
I
do
still
have a
have my
badge.
badge.
You do have a badge actually. So you just need the revolvers now
I do.
and a
I mean, there's
duster.
plenty of antique stores that I could have one of the free souls go get me some guns while
Yeah,
I'm
I was gonna
resting.
say, I was like, it's almost like an arms dealer in your coterie.
Almost.
Exactly.
Almost.
Exactly. So I'm rolling up with the I'm rolling up to Elysium with like Wyatt. And I take his fucking stirrups, or not the stirrups. What is it?
The
Spurs.
Spurs.
Spurs. I take the Spurs.
Boots
You
with
said
the
Spurs. Will. Don't give me
Spurs.
up, please.
Yeah.
I take the Spurs too, bro.
Okay.
I put them as a necklace around my neck now. That guy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you up to? Where can
If you're
people
gonna
find
steal
you?
Spurs, you fucking wear them, dude.
Yeah, bro. Put those on.
I'm not really doing much right now. Hopefully, maybe once stuff settles down in my life, I'll be able to start doing some of the creative stuff again.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm really doing right now is that dumb face's wedding.
That dumb face's wedding.
That's the only thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's
All right. So as always, thank you guys for being a part of this. Like we end all shows here, I want to remind everybody that it is okay to not be okay, and we do check-ins whenever we need them after the show. Just so you guys are aware, we do have conversations about this. But if you feel like you need help and you're watching live, there are phone numbers going up in our Twitch chat. They'll be in the description box if you're watching on YouTube later on. But just know that there are people out there who want to help you. And if you're not in the United States, or if you prefer going through the internet, there is a website, findthehelpline.com, that is also open in the Twitch chat. They'll be in the description box as well. So you can find the resources in the areas that you live in or near you, so that even if you feel like you can't talk to somebody on the phone, or if you can't do the whole text thing, that there is a website that'll help you find the resources that are more comfortable for you. And as always, Mondays are for Vampire the Masquerade. Here on the channel, it is a 2-part story that follows a Camarilla coterie and an Anarch coterie. Tonight you get to see the Anarchs do their thing. Tuesdays are for Werewolf the Wild West or Legend of the Five Rings. And Thursdays are for 7th Sea and our newly started Old Gods of Appalachia story. This Thursday you will see the introduction to the second character to join the group, which is Luella Bell. They call her Lujo. I am excited for you to see what this character is going to bring to the table. And if you want to see me be a player, you can catch me over at McStabber Studios on Wednesdays as I play the lovable scamp of Alessandra in their Dark Ages campaign, who does nothing wrong. You know, he is a beacon of morality and a pleasure to be around at all times. So as always, thank you all very much. I hope you have a safe and wonderful holiday season as we come into Thanksgiving next week. So please stay safe. We'll see you when we see you, and have a good night, guys. Bye.